Hello there, and a very warm welcome to this short and interactive session where we're going to be talking about the CEO tech agenda for the digital first world. My name is Philip Carter. I lead IDC's C-suite research globally, and I'm really excited to be able to welcome Bronwyn Hastings, who is the corporate vice president as part of Google Cloud, the partner organization. Welcome, Bron.
Thank you, and thank you for having me here today as well.
Well, it's our pleasure, Bron. We look forward to a very engaging discussion with you, because the objective of the discussion is to talk through some of our key insights from a recently conducted CEO survey where we spoke to 389 CEOs across the world. And the idea is to link that to the accelerated cloud platform adoption that we're seeing in the market. But I wanted to jump in with 5 key insights from that CEO survey to get us started here. First insight is that the word of the year for 2022 for CEOs is technology. Above innovation, above growth, above efficiency, technology is the word of the year. Secondly, digital know-how is the #1 skill that CEOs are focusing in on as in terms of what they see themselves to be successful over the next 3 years. 88% of CEOs are looking to either increase or sustain their technology budgets. So we're seeing strong demand for enterprise technology spend. The fourth key insight is that #1 initiative from a technology standpoint for the CEO is to generate revenue generating architectures. So new architectures to deliver new revenue streams, which links to the final insight. And that is that on average, CEOs are expecting that 42% of their revenues will come from digital products, services, and experiences over the next 5 years. So that's enabling the digital business models of the future. So if you look at all of those 5 insights, in summary, what we are seeing is that CEOs are embracing the digital first world, and they are putting this at the heart of their business strategy. The last thing I would say linked to the survey in terms of technology vendor preferences is we provided a list of technology vendors that we asked the CEOs which of the categories of vendors would be most critical or most strategic in terms of the future, and they picked cloud platforms as the #1 on the list. And that's probably a good opportunity to bring Bron in and talk a little bit about the Google Cloud perspective in terms of how you're supporting the CEO tech agenda for the digital first world. So what are your thoughts, Bron?
What we're seeing is customers are looking for that digital transformation, especially in specific industries, to reinvent their core functions. Think about supply chain and new ways to redistribute and inventory planning. Or think about reimagining banking, given people don't go into branches very much. We've all experienced that. So how do they deliver even more value-added services? I want to give a retail example, if I may. Carrefour is one of the world's top 10 food retailers. And they migrated their mission-critical SAP applications to SAP on Google Cloud. Dramatic improvements in data accessibility, enhanced insights, business process improvements. Moving to Google Cloud is a door opener for a more powerful and unified data analytics platform based on BigQuery. And add to this the security of zero trust. The digital transformation goes way beyond technology. It allows you to leverage data and AI to deliver these innovative customer experiences across online and in-store channels. Now, a second example is remote collaboration. It's no longer about people sitting behind desks. It's also about frontline workers in hospitals like nurses or doctors and employees in retail stores. And then I think of digitization is a lot about organizations reaching consumers directly. And the One Google approach, really we understand how to link the enterprise ecosystem with the consumer ecosystem and can help enterprises with that much broader Google capability of insights.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Bron, in terms of the industry-specific digital transformation that you talked about, but connecting that to some of the new areas around remote, around direct-to-consumer, and how you can complement some of those offerings. So one of the other things that we are seeing, though, is as you talked about, the ecosystem-centric approach and the role of partners to accelerate the time to value, time to outcomes as part of these broader transformational initiatives. Can you share a little bit about how you're working with partners along those lines to deliver that for your customers?
Google sees an industry value network as being important, comprising of artificial intelligence from Google specific to an industry. I could use an example of lending AI, the ISVs in the space, and it's important to co-innovate with those ISVs. It's very paramount to success. And then SIs to bring this together into a solutioning approach. So partner-led, partner-delivered is the way we think of it. I'm going to use an example of Ford to show how this goes all the way through their processes. So the first one is transforming manufacturing and supply chain intelligence. The second area is leveraging data-driven business models to improve. And think, if you're at a dealership, it could be trade-ins or warranty processing or things like that. And then drive safer, which is changing the in-car experience for customers with broader Google capabilities like Android Auto or Google Maps or Google Assistant. Think about that in the comprehensive approach. So partners have been key to bringing that industry value network together for delivering this exciting transformation rapidly.
I like that notion of the industry value network from manufacturing plant all the way through to that in-car experience and the role of the ecosystem to deliver that. What we're also seeing is the need for a different type of technology architecture to support these types of business models. And based on the survey that I highlighted earlier, we've created a tech playbook, a CEO tech playbook for the digital first world. It's got 5 key dimensions. Again, number 1 is AI and data management. You talked a bit about that, but that's delivering this real-time visibility across the different value chains. Experience across employee experience, customer experience, partner experience to drive the engagement across the ecosystem. Automation to connect the different value chains and APIs as part of that. Has to have security at the core, security by design to create that zero trust model that Bron, you also alluded to. But the final thing is that it needs to be underpinned by this cloud-only type of approach in terms of multi-tenancy and as a service to support these future business models. So those are the 5 hotspots for the tech playbook for the CEO. Do you want to pick your favorite one, Bron, in terms of where Google Cloud is supporting customers in terms of that tech playbook for CEOs?
Well, that's a hard choice. There's so many I could answer, but I'm going to talk about the concept of data gravity. See it in 4 differentiated areas. Open standards and a partner ecosystem that's leveraging those open standards, industry-specific approaches, multi-cloud is really important because the data could live anywhere, and then One Google, which allows the value of these other environments to be brought to bear. I'm going to use an example to demonstrate this. So retail AI engine is an example. You could have a retailer having 5 or 6 core ISV solutions that they use to answer some of the large questions that they have. how do you bring that together and get the insights that transform? So if you have this retail AI engine and you add to it even things such as Google Shopping, ads, or pay, imagine the transformational approach that you could get to. So this is what data gravity is. It's about real-time insights and decisions from large amounts of data.
Yeah, I really like those three layers: cloud, the data gravity, delivering those new experiences, which comes back to that industry value network that you talked about earlier. So yeah, I think we've made the connection between the CEO tech agenda and that accelerated adoption of cloud platforms. Lots to digest. A few key takeaways from my perspective: these new digital business models are happening, but they're happening on an industry by industry perspective, and those industry value chains need to be transformed. The ecosystem approach is critical in terms of bringing partners along the journey to deliver that time to value, and it requires a completely new technology architecture, cloud-based, AI-driven, creating these new experiences to deliver those new revenue streams. Lots to digest, lots to take into account. Bron, it has been a pleasure to hear from you. Many thanks for your insights and inputs. And many thanks to you, the audience, for listening in to this discussion. We look forward to your feedback and insights moving forward. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Thanks, Phil.